So, a very good morning, a very good afternoon, evening, wherever you find yourself. Welcome to the Gabriel Farmstead channel. It's a beautiful morning here at the farm, and today I'm gonna take you through a concept of you know feed, animal feed. As we discussed last time, that we are here to produce our own food, and of course sell the surplus to the rest of the village, the rest of the region, and so on and so on. So we cannot talk about producing food, especially when it involves animal, and we are not talking about animal feed. As you may also maybe agree with me that feed is one of the most stressful thing or expense when it comes to farming animal. So we are now here trying to do different things to cut the cost, because feed occupies about 70%, if I'm not mistaken, 60 to 70% of the total operating cost of the farm. So we want to go into animal feed, or we are doing animal farming, but we also want to really cut the cost, because that's really one of the stresses that we have here on the farm. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, be with me as I take you through some of the innovations on saving cost. We have a plantation of sorghum, as you can see in this video. Sorghum is rich in energy, and it could be fed to chickens, to pigs, to sheep, goats, and cattle. So since we only have goats and sheep, which could benefit so much from silage or hay, and this is a rain-fed system. Since it's rainy season at our place, so we can't ask for more. And you can see the plantation is doing quite well. And in addition to that, I just want to indicate that you know we not only sorghum, we have so many crops that we have planted, like lucern, which is not in this video, is on the other side of the field. Lucern, we have ground nuts, which of course human consumption, but the forage could be used as feed. We also have sunflower plantation on the other side of the field, as you can see in the video. This is just a patch of it, but we have a big part of the sunflower field. And sunflower, you agree with me that sunflower is rich in oil, and oil, we are talking about energy, and energy is what your animals need, especially during rain season. Yes, and in addition to all what I'm talking about here, in addition to the crops, we are also exploring the use of worms. Sometimes they are called vermi-feed or vermicomposting, so which have double benefit, used as compost and also is able to show the whole setting here. So yes, these are the worms that I'm going to introduce here at the farm. And a big shout out to my colleague, Dr. Alan, colleague and a friend, Dr. Alan, for providing me with these worms. Yes, he is busy looking at how he can improve the soil, using these worms. But okay, with me, the aim is really to see how I can benefit as a farmer from, worm as maybe feed ingredient, or and of course benefiting from worms as you know as they also, I understand, they also improve the or produce compost. Yeah, they also help facilitate that whole process of composition. And I want to really, I want to really hit two birds with one stone, like producing them for feed, and also or producing them as feed, and also as a composting agent. Yeah, so join me now on the journey. So what I will do, what I have here is a bucket full of worms, and a few feed for the worms, which is just papers. You know, they also feed on this, just the normal papers. Yeah, so I'm now going to dig a hole. I'm going to dig a hole where I'm going to introduce them. And I have also prepared some of these. It's just the grass that we cut around here. Yes, we have much of it around this time. Yeah, so I'm just going to dig a hole and then introduce them there. And I hope by the time, because now we are in March, by the time I come back to the farm, which will be around April, somewhere in mid-April, we will be able to see a lot of them. And I understand they also reproduce prolifically, and I hope that's a good thing. Every farmer wants to see, you know, things reproducing prolifically. I mean, yeah, so that's the aim of the of farming at the end of the day. So join me now on this journey of introducing the worms in the soil. So what I will do, I will get on the other side, because there's a fence here. I'll get on the other side, and the reason why I want to introduce these worms in the kind of like a cage is because I'm afraid these chickens, the free ranging chickens, they might scratch them out, they might feed on them. So that's why I've decided to put them in a cage. That way they will be safe. So join me on this one. So this is what I have done. So what you see, this is the new home for the worms. So what I will do, I will now try to put different organic matters that will, of course, which will be the feed for these worms. So I have, like I indicated, I have grass here, and I hope I will be able to get a few like of different organic matters, just so that I can pile them. So yeah, so another thing, maybe look at this thing as a compost ditch, so to say. Yeah, I think the concept is the same, just putting organic matters there. Just that in this case now we have worms that are working on our organic matters. So I have different ideas. What you see here is different. Just the feathers for the chicken. Feather for the chicken. I think that could also be a good media for, in order to act as feed for these worms. So this is all what I'm going to mix and I hope they will love it. I hope they will love it. So stay with me as I continue with the project. The grass is there. The grass is there now. It's just a matter of introducing these worms into the ditch. Yeah, so be with me. Stay with me as I introduce. I hope you can still see. Hi. Filming alone is just another challenge on its own. Let me put it this way. I hope you'll be able to see as I introduce them in the. Okay, maybe let me hold it. Okay, so this is the bucket and it's condensed. So I'm just going to go into the cage where I'm going to introduce these worms into the cage. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm basically just going to pour this condensed somewhere in the middle of the somewhere here in the middle of the ditch, just so that the worms are somewhere in the middle, because I'm afraid if I put them on the edge, maybe they might go into other direction. Just my thought. So this is the container where I carried the worms. So I'm just going to pour the whole content into the ditch. Let me show you. Let me just show you. So I don't know if you can see, but I see worms. You see those worms, those little worms, but you know, they wouldn't want to be exposed. I hope you can see this. These are the worms I'm talking about. So I'll just take them back as they get introduced to the new environment. So there's another one here. So, but what I've learned also, what Dr. Alan told me, is that, you know, if they don't like the place, or maybe let's say your soil have some chemicals, because they are very sensitive to chemicals, you will see that they will not burrow. They will really not burrow. They will just stay on top of the soil. So it's a clear indication that where you are introducing them, they don't like it. They don't like the place. So quite interesting. That's quite interesting. But I see, just that I now put, but I see here one is already burrowed. So I guess they are happy. They are happy to the new environment, and I'm just hoping that what I envision to come to reality. And like I said, this is just also an introduction. I'm just trying out things, and I hope by or one day what I'm trying will come to fruition. Yeah, so what I'll do now, this is the content. I will now cover this content with now the inoculant with these different types of grass. And under, remember, I put chicken manure. So now with this, having that done, I'll just now fill up the ditch with the normal soil. Yes, I'm done with the long task of introducing these worms to the new home. Yes, I'm done. But before I end the video, I just want to share something with you, what I have learned from Dr. Alan, the guy who provided me with the worms. So he's saying worms, they can be used as bioindicator of a healthy soil. So the way you introduce them, just put them on top of the soil, and you see if they don't like the soil, they will not burrow in the soil. They will just stay there. So but if they like it, definitely they will try to burrow and just disappear in the soil. So, and what they don't like, they don't like this spray, this heavy metal. They are very, very sensitive to heavy metal. They prefer organic, the grass, the chicken manure, cattle manure. They like this food waste. Put food waste there, they will decompose it nicely. And also don't forget, these are invertebrates, these are sensitive skinned animal. You wouldn't want to keep them in a dry place, so make sure you not dry, but you wet your place most of the time. Make sure the place is moist. So with this, I thank you, and please subscribe to the channel. We'll be very, very happy if you become part of this family, just to get inspired on agricultural innovations and everything we are doing at the farm. Please share the video and like the video. Thank you, and see you in the next episode.